crazy thoughts, about reality. I hate it zoomed up so much on my face. I think it's fascinating that science has proven that local realism isn't true, That basically means in a way that the universe we see around us doesn't exist. In a sense, it can't be proven in that common way to measure things that science taught before, so I'm not a scientist, so I'm not a specialist on all these topics, to be honest, but it's very fascinating because it really confirms that we might be living in a simulation, because consciousness, the thing with consciousness is science can't, something they say it can't be simulated is consciousness, I guess through quantum physics and all of that. Can consciousness be simulated? I'm reading here. To create consciousness, the intrinsic causal powers of the brain are needed, and those powers cannot be simulated, but must be part of a parcel of the physics of the underlying mechanism. So it's like very difficult to create consciousness. I guess humans can't do it yet. That's why they failed with AI, to make AI conscious, really conscious, So that's one theory I have myself regarding the universe, because a lot of people are believing in it's getting mainstream with simulation theory, like it's becoming part of, accepted by millions or billions of people, that we are living in the real matrix. We are simulated, code and all of that. We never existed, and all the craziness from the matrix. But I don't think we are on binary codes. I don't think it's just zeros and ones, and digits. Because people don't. Oh, hello, by the way. People don't take in consideration the importance of consciousness in the equation. Consciousness, consciousness can literally, change reality. This how atoms are observed, and it goes together with the entire the local realism thing, So we are basically perceiving reality in different ways, every one of us, and it's true to the observer. So it also proves that we manifest the universe, we manifest reality, we manifest everything around us with our consciousness. And consciousness are patterns, geometrical structures, and vibration and frequency. So there's something that always fascinated me is consciousness, how it affects everything, everything from the structure to molecular levels of water to music. And apparently it's been proven now by scientists that music can even alter DNA. I'm going to read something here. However, recent research suggests musical exposure might even be more powerful than previously thought, altering the body of a genetic level. Genes are made up of DNA strands, which are copied every time cell divides. If the DNA is altered or compromised, genetic mutations can occur, causing abnormal cell behavior. Yeah, so we can get really messed up by music. We can get sick from music. Basically, if you're playing some really bad frequency, it can cause illness and sickness to a person, or more beneficial things. But if music affects our DNA, that alone proves that the universe is mental and conscious, self-conscious. We can't be a simple simulation with binary codes. in that sense, a quantum computer from the future simulating our reality and simulating every one of us. It's much more complex, it's conscious driven, it's combined with codes, but it's consciousness. So reality is mental. I'm more into the mentalism thing. My dad was too into that theory too. The universe responds to our thoughts. And yes, it also kind of proves the law of attraction to a degree, but it isn't that easy, because if billions of people believe in a lie and they spread a false information as a collective truth, people are changing reality to something defect and corrupt, and that is a distorted version of the possibilities that we could have in this reality. So that is why it's so important to be awake, enlightened, and understanding the fabric of the universe and reality. Because otherwise we limit our existence with a collective truth and thought forms, and limit our reality, our existence, and our potential. So that's why you shouldn't be indoctrinated and asleep and awaken. And because we could form a reality that's so much better with our thoughts. Sematics are really interesting too, how it's basically what I said earlier, how music affects the structure, molecular structure of everything, create patterns. Yes, none of you watching had a clue I was into this stuff. I've been into this weird stuff for decades, long before I started uploading videos, makeup. Like, nobody knows who I am. None of you knows anything about me as a person. Like, I've been doing this for much more longer than I've been doing this dress-ups and uploading vlogs. I've been studying consciousness and the matter of the universe for like over a decade, not if I mean, the structure of how everything works, and very interested in quantum physics too, even though I don't have a PhD or anything in that, or can call myself a scientist, nothing like that. Just, I'm autistic. Autistic people, we tend to like everything that's related to all of these, patterns, logic. I'm a logical person. That's why I even got, autism on paper. You need to be a certain level of logical mind to get that criteria, But I'm also believe in the spirituality. And everything from the metaphysical to the paranormal, and because it all works with this simulation that is connected to consciousness. It can all be explained through it. That everything we have ever thought, believed, will exist at one point, So all these weird phenomena and creatures and UFOs and all of that stuff, it's all possible in a simulated, conscious-driven reality where our thoughts manifest reality. It's all possible. Everything we've ever thought, even Cthulhu monsters, dragons and all of that stuff is possible in this reality. If we believe it's possible, it can happen. I'm pretty sure of it. Everything from gods to monsters, spirits, aliens, everything. Powers, superpowers. If you believe in people with superpowers, and if everyone believes we have superpowers, we might have superpowers. So, but if people don't believe in anything, we create a reality where it's completely limited. So that's why I've always believed in all of that weird stuff. Hello, Solid Snake, I didn't see you there. Metahumans are possible. Yeah, everything is possible. But people, they are so simple, They do not want to free themselves from this prison of physicality, you call it that, realism, that doesn't even exist. It's just an illusion created to keep people dumbed down and slaves to a corrupt system. I think it's amazing how music affects our DNA and cellular structure and everything, and it's even been proven now, because no matter how shitty I feel sometimes, no motivation, no nothing, when I put on some music that makes me feel unstoppable, I feel so powerful, doesn't matter what state I am in. The music actually rewrites my DNA at that moment, my consciousness. It changes my vibration. So that's why I always play music, always play music. If I'm not having music on, I start feeling so anxious that I feel like, suicidal almost. So music is so important, especially music that makes you feel good. If the music makes you feel bad, thanks all this, Snake. It's just my normal self. I'm not wearing any makeup, nothing. Just my normal hair. I usually play music when I meditate. That unlocks potential, and all of that. I do a lot of pyrokinesis and hydrokinesis practice with my mind. I actually try to control elements with my mind, and it works. It works. You can actually make vibration from your consciousness affect matter, and I've shown it in other places. And you can affect fire, water, everything. And if we are made of water, like that, our blood is water, we can affect people with our minds too. So that's why it's important not to be so, hostile and hateful and aggressive with people outdoors and around you, because you affect everyone with your consciousness. And like I said many times, I'm not an aggressive person, I'm not a negative person, I don't spread hate. I'm the completely opposite. Just because I rant on my vlog sometimes, when I do shadow work, because it's shadow work to me, to be a balanced person and have be a person that transcends that the incompleteness of being just one polarity. You need to express everything, your darkness, your sadness, your anger, not just your good sides, your positivity, your the good aspects of yourself. You need to actually let loose the bad things you feel, the sadness, the anger, the hopelessness, all of that. You need to express it, let it come out, and by doing this, you take control of your own self, because everything is part of you. Your darkness, your shadow, everything is part of you. And everything needs to be ventilated and expressed, because otherwise it comes out in a most undesired manner. Like most people that commit crimes, commit atrocious things, are people that suppress their negativity. They suppress their dark side, their shadow, and then it just takes over and starts acting on itself. And that's what Carl Jung talked about a lot, the Jungian philosophy, that you need to accept your shadow and integrate it into yourself, so you can take control of your shadow. So everything I do here is shadow work. It's shadow work. I'm like not known for being I'm a person that's negative in that sense, that I make others feel bad and stuff. Everyone who talk to me, says, "Oh, I feel so motivated when I speak to you," blah blah blah. And I'm having a shitty day when they talk to me, and I'm still doing my best to make people feel better and believe in something. So that's why I get misunderstood by people all the time. They see me with a dark image and I look scary, but they think I'm an unempathic person. I have no emotions, but it's just people that they don't understand how I work, basically. But yeah, aliens are real. Yeah, 100% real. They have even, been talking about it on the Pentagon, the hearings, with the David Grush dude. It's even mentioned by CIA on their own website. You can download their documents for free, and on their own sites it's verified, it's their own documents, and they talk about them. But they don't. The thing is that the majority of people got it wrong with them being aliens, because it's a misconception. They're not aliens. They are interdimensionals from another parallel universe, another dimension, another existence outside of the universe we know. And space and time, they reside outside, and it's even mentioned on a document they have, like a paper, where they talk about these giant humanoid beings that we think are aliens, but they are actually interdimensional from another reality. They exist outside of the known universe, and they are so advanced that we can't even enter the reality. It says on the CIA's own website, we are so primitive and so low vibrational, we can't even enter the reality. It's impossible, unless they allow us to go there. Yeah, the multiverse is real, 100% real. Especially if we take all of these aspects in consideration with the superposition, with particles, and how everything exists simultaneously in different times, past, present, and future. A particle, waveforms, wavelengths, and all of that. It's all real. Time travel, multiverse, aliens, realities outside of the universe. Everything's real. I'm just starting to, I'm just waiting to, to be to be proven that the Earth is flat and all of that, and the space is not real and it's fake. I'm so deep into the rabbit hole that there's no way for me to come back. I'm so deep into the rabbit hole. Do you control fire and ice like Gil from Street Fighter? Yeah, kind of. I do actually, in a way. Solid Snake. I do actually. My element is fire. I'm the element fire in the zodiac. I'm Aries too, So, but fire in overall, I'm literally, I can't pronounce it. Fire. Like if you touch my body, you will start burning. That's how warm I am. That's why I'm always wearing like a tank top year round, even if it's below degrees. My daughter, she always reacts when she lies on my chest. When I try to put her to sleep, she's still very cuddly and small, so she sleeps on my chest. And all of that. And I tell her stories and things, and she falls asleep. But she can only lie on my chest for like 2 seconds, because she says it's like touching fire. Like you're so warm, Dad, I burn up. She tells me, oh, yeah, are you a son, Dad? Are you the son? She asked me if I'm a son. I remember my ex-wife. She used to say the same thing. Please, honey, can you move to the end of the bed? She told me, because you're so warm that when I touch you, I feel like I'm burning. I feel like I'm burning, she said, So we couldn't cuddle in the bed, shirtless and nothing, because she would get pissed at me because I was so warm. Like, why are you so warm? What the fuck is wrong with you? She said, do you have a fever? No, I'm just warm, My body is like fire. So yeah, I'm Gil. Gil in a way. Gil, I'm saying it wrong. Consciousness is so fascinating. It's really. I've seen, since I've also been into martial arts. I trained with a Shaolin monk. I've seen what they can do with their mind, how they can resist fatal wounds and they can resist things that will kill a normal person. And it's all connected to consciousness. It's not their bodies and it's not, sure, they train their bodies to an extreme level and discipline and all of that, but it's their consciousness that does it. They believe that they can transcend the limitations of the physical reality that is actually not real. It's just an illusion we believe in. Realism is not real. The local realism that science thought was real is just an illusion. So anything's possible. That's why I've been practicing to affect matter with my thoughts. And I've actually made small lakes, with when I put my hands in the lake and don't move it, I just send out my vibration. The entire lake, just for a few, like maybe a few meters away from me, or even, I don't know how many miles, it's not miles, but feet in English, but several feet away from me. It creates ripples and it vibrates with my own. It's just my mind. It's incredible. And I once even I do it on the sink sometimes too. And I once felt like a huge pressure coming from behind my hand, like it was a vacuum, like a vacuum cleaner, from my own vibration. I was like, whoa, what the hell is happening? I showed my daughter too, and she was super amazed. I can tell you have strong ties, ties. Also looking, yeah, I do, but I'm not really that strong in the sense that I can have powerful PRs like a lot of people. But for no weird reason, I've never been defeated in a physical fight. Not even by my former masters, from martial arts. They used to be terrified of fighting me because they said you have like some weird, unstable key that when it's activated, there's no stopping you. And even my monk, I have a Shaolin master monk. He told me, you need to learn to control your ki, or else you wanna kill somebody. Never spar. And he had like a funny accent, from China, So he said, never go all out with anyone because you'll end up in jail. Like your ki is too strong, he said. I wanted to become a fighter, when I was in my youth, but I don't like hurting people. So I didn't fulfill that. I don't like violence. I'm one of those peaceful people, but I know how to defend myself. I'm not afraid. I just don't like conflict. A few times I had to knock people out in the past. I've always felt bad afterwards and almost, felt sad that I had to knock them out because I had no choice. I just wished we could have talked it out like grown-ups. I always try to talk into the last moment with people, like, why are you so mad? Can we talk about this? Can you tell me why you're so mad at me, And some guy's like, oh, fuck you up, man. I'll fuck you up, man. I'm always, always calm. Try to calm the person down, please, sit down where we can talk, you don't need to be threatening. Like, you're afraid of me, you're a little pussy. Like, no, I'm not afraid. It's just that violence doesn't solve anything. Let's see if I missed something. I really hate violence, chaos, and I only fight people if it's the last alternative, there's no other option, See if I can try something with the flame here. I don't have a lighter that works, so unfortunately I don't know sure if I can do that. I'm wearing my, you can see my ties really strong. I'm going to look for the where did I put the thing? I can't find it. Yeah, it solves nothing and leads to further problems, but sometimes it's the only solution. Yeah, it solves nothing. Yeah. By the way, I like the ponytail, but can let your hair. No, I like my ponytail. Today, I'm keeping it. At least you asked politely and not wasn't a. Maybe later depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I. It doesn't work. Thank you, Omega. Yes, I'm doing fine, but I still have all of that existential, thoughts about reality and anxiety. But still, I can cope with it. So it's not like it's devouring me or anything. Yes, some days are worse than others. But like I said, I believe in balance, so it's important to let it out, not just keep it inside. But at the same time, not also let it, consume you totally. Like just be negative, just be anxious and just be angry, just it needs to be balanced. That's how I am as a person. Balance. Everything is balanced to me. I balance everything. I like to balance, in overall, be balanced. So. The Mandela effect, it's something that also confirms the universe being a conscious simulation, conscious driven simulation, and multiverse, also being true, the multiverse, because reality just keeps getting rewritten. It keeps getting rewritten. And if something that I have is almost like a perfect memory, I remember things in ways that other people don't. I remember everything in pictures. I remember everything that have happened. I remember everybody I walk by. If I've seen a person once, if I've seen your face once, your eyes once, and we have had eye contact, I will remember that person for the rest of my life. There's no way I will forget that person, ever. So I remember everyone I've ever passed by. That's how creepy I am. So if I see somebody again somewhere, I'm 100% sure I've seen that person. And I can remember the moment in my mind where I saw that person. So that's why I spot these anomalies with the Mandela effect everywhere. Memories and places just changing, like the geological structures, like the landmarks just changing, Like I lived in this area where I lived for over 20 years in total. And I just, went out with my daughter one day to a forest where I'm always at, and wanted to show her a cave that I used to play at when I was a child. And guess what? When I entered the forest, it's like a fantasy forest I've never seen before. It's a completely new region. It's completely changed. I was amazed when I entered. I was like, wow, what is this place? This it shouldn't be here. And my daughter looked at me and she said, Dad, why do you look surprised? You've been here since you was a child. And I told her, no, never been to this part. Then I noticed the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is, real. That's why people remember all these movies and phrases in music, and all of a sudden it's changed. Like, Luke, I'm your father. Everyone knows that. Now it's, no, I'm your father. When I was a child, it's, Luke, I'm your father. Even me and my mom used to joke about it, She used to say, I'm your mom, instead of your father. So the Mandela effect is fascinating, and I had like not perfect, but nearly perfect memory in that sense. I remember things. So I see these anomalies everywhere, like the fabric of the universe and time is distorted and glitched up, Things are changing, constantly changing our past. Animals emerging that shouldn't be here. Creatures emerging, and historic events that just emerges out of nowhere. History rewritten. I'm so deep into this stuff that there's like no coming back for me. Tartaria, Tartaria seems to be like a new Mandela effect. If you know about Tartarian Empire, the Tartaria, there's been an entire empire just in the beginning of the 19th century or 18th century that's been erased from history. And we have buildings everywhere on the planet with its design and architecture, houses that cannot be replicated today because they are so complex and difficult to make that not even us today can make it. And it's in front of our eyes. It's all of these Gothic looking architectural buildings, like state buildings. They are not from this civilization. They're from another empire that's been erased from history. And this emerged just recently. It's like the timeline has been changed, and we've entered a timeline where our history is completely rewritten. It's funny because I've always been drawn to the Tartarian houses from my youth. It's my favorite locations where I live in my main city. I go to these Gothic old houses that looks like they are from another reality. I used to think they are from another reality when I was a child, Like nothing compares to these amazing Gothic structures, these towers, these amazing windows. I feel like I'm in another era when I'm here. Nothing compares, not even the other houses that are all next to it. They just look so simple, so simple in design. And then I stumbled upon the Tartaria conspiracy theory, about the architecture, the architectural design of these houses belonging to an old civilization that's been wiped out. And apparently there are even CIA documents and from Russian intelligence telling that the empire actually existed. And they've been covering it up, it's been covered up. So there's been an entire empire that's connected all continents, all civilizations, all people on the planet that's been completely erased from history. Research Tartaria if you want to go deep into the rabbit hole. Tartaria. I don't think there's a science term for that. Maybe photosensitive memory or something that is normal condition. Yeah, it's not that normal. Not everybody remembers that clearly. Of course I believe in time travel. It's quantum physics, bro. You need to research quantum physics. Superposition. Particles, they exist on different space, they exist in different time zones or different nows simultaneously. Waves, it's science. Time travel is 100% real. It's not time travel in a sense, it's universe traveling, multiverse traveling. You travel from one point to another. from universe to universe, where something is playing out simultaneously. So you're just jumping, like if there is a sheet of different sheets of papers, everyone is a universe, everything is a different time in that universe. So you just go like from a point here to that, from like a hole, you know, wormhole. So yeah, I do believe in time travel, or to say, put it that way, jumping universes. That's what it is. You jump from one point to another in a timeline. You can't actually go back in your own timeline. I don't think that's very possible. You will change so much, you will completely rip apart the fabric of the universe if you just change anything. It's like, so you go to a parallel universe. You will destroy, the butterfly effect is, you know, you can't even imagine what happens. I also believe in time loops. Yeah, I'm glad you do. Time loops are real and certainly happen. I've seen my own time loops. You know, like I experienced it's like I experienced the same moment happen. For example, it happens mostly on the internet. Like I see the same notification on my YouTube someday, you know, it shows the same notification like it's a new event, but it happens several times in a month. So when I go into my analytics or my YouTube statistics or YouTube Studio, I see some notification of something replicating itself. Like I've seen it 7 days ago at 7 p.m. Then it shows up like it's a new event and there's no traces of it being there before. It just happens, and sometimes I'm taking print screens of it and stuff, you know, like confirming that it's a time loop. So we're experiencing time loops, and it's more visible on the internet. All the time, time loops. Personal ones and major ones, not just glitches in that sense on the internet, but real loops, Mandela effects, you know. Synchronicity also proves there's a pattern to the universe, simulation, conscious simulated reality we live in. There's a pattern that shows how it's all connected, how it's all designed to head a certain direction, and there's like a geometrical, symbolical structure behind it with numbers, and it's everywhere. Sacred geometry and all of that stuff is fascinating. Everything that's happening now has already happened and will happen, and it's happening. We're already dead. Each and every one of us is already dead, will die, and haven't even been born. Amazing, isn't it? And somewhat scary too. I actually saw my own daughter when I was 16 in a dream the first time. I saw my own daughter before I knew she would even exist. I saw my ex-wife before I met her. I knew everything about her through a dream, how she was as a person. I've seen my own death. I've seen my possible deaths. I've seen so many things just in the dream, but it's not that I'm imagining things or my fantasy. It's your mind is actually seeing parallel universes. And there's like even scientific theories about the mind being like multidimensional, the consciousness, and being able to perceive up to 11 dimensions or 12 dimensions And there's still people believing in realism, that that's the truth, the reality. Oh my god. This is why I can't have friends or partners today. Like, when I start talking about what I think, what I know, people go like, dude, you're crazy, man. This dude is crazy. I'm like, no, I just like to think. I love the idea of synchronization in the Assassin's Creed games when you review the memories of your ancestors. Yeah, that's a cool future. It's not really the same thing, but I'll be back in a second. Well, I put on one of the wigs just to see how it looks. It's not my real hair, it's just one of the wigs I have. I look like one of those glam rocker dudes, you know, those 80s guys with the bangs. They all look so androgynous too, you know. I wanted to go out today. I didn't feel like live streaming, to be honest. But the weather is here in Scandinavia. It's just raining and stormy weather. You know, there's rain. You know, there's nothing to do outdoors. You can't even go to nature unless you're dressed like the biggest rain clothing protection. You know, it's horrible to be outdoors. Horrible, really. You know. It's cold too, you know, so it's windy and rainy. And so you're wearing. I don't know what your name says. That's just some gibberish to me, but you're wearing socks. What kind of question is that? No, I don't normally wear socks. I don't like the feeling. I do not like the feeling. I hate wearing socks. I don't know why I feel trapped with them. I don't like the feeling at all. I'm gonna try the other wig here. I wonder how many of my subscribers are NPCs. I get all of these emoji dudes writing all the time, like there seems to be no self-awareness behind it. Like it's code simulated by the entire YouTube algorithm or something. I don't know why. My hair used to be this long at one point, actually, my own hair. It takes so long for it to grow because of age, you know. Once you get older, your hair grows slower too, you know. I have to take nutritions to make my hair even grow, you know. See somebody. Oh, there's no new message. Sorry. Oh, what's happening now? What's happening now?
It's unbelievable. Stupid toilet safe.
I'm getting so warm in this shirt, I need to take it off. Put the phone another angle. Some variation. For some variation. Did you play any new games recently? I played. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. The game. I don't know. I tried this Roblox game. It's just because my daughter likes some channels she watches, so I just gave it a chance. It's way too childish for me, so. And I tried some other games. I think it was some about Tales changing the outcome of the story by your selections, your choices, creating different timelines for the characters. Stuff I like. It's just, other than that, it's just Mortal Kombat 11. Damn, I look buff. Thanks, Omega. Yeah, I like to work out a lot, so I've watched trailers to it, I've seen footage, but since I don't have PS5, it's not relevant to me, to be honest. This is how androgynous I would look with long hair, just normal as me, you know. I used to have my hair like this before, no makeup, but everyone still thought I was, you know, like they didn't know what gender I was until I started talking or they saw me flex or something, you know. Have you played Resident Evil 4 Remake? No, actually I haven't, but I played the original. I really liked the cult, you know. Morir es vivir. Morir es vivir. They were into some Illuminati stuff, you know. So I really liked that game. Who's your favorite character from Resident Evil? I'm not sure really, but I liked what's his name? I like the guy from. I sometimes like the villains more, you know. I like the Wesker. I was really a huge fan of the Mr. X. Out of the protagonist, I think it's and I like Leon, and that I don't know. I don't think I like Chris Redfield that much, to be honest. I think he's just too much stereotypical American soldier, you know. What's your bicep measure? The last time I measured it was 17.5 inches, I think, close to 18. Most difficult part to get is like your calves big. I see all of these bodybuilders like with humongous bodies and ripped everywhere, but with these skinny chicken legs. It looks so stupid, you know, like, bro, you forgot your legs. They are a part, they are muscles too, you know. See, maybe I can show from a better angle. Yeah, Wesker is cool. My calves, like, they're not that big in comparison to my thighs. I know, but still. I liked him because he has a good villain accent. Yeah, he's cool. He's mysterious and dark, and he sounds cool, and he's like part of some secret society and evil as fuck and wants to be a god. So, what is not to like about him? In that sense. Can you flex him? I can try. Ah, no more. Oh, that's enough for now. We don't get that from villains anymore. No, a lot of villains are very lame and so stereotypical, and you know how it's, you know from the moment you see them, that's, you can kind of predict how they will behave and what their plot and everything. So I agree on that. They are kind of lame at making cool villains that you can relate to. Yeah, you told me about that many times. Yeah, I need to really check it out. I forget, things like that sometimes because I just go back into my own world of quantum entanglements, parallel multiverses, time loops, Mandela effects, all of that crazy stuff. So I forget about the normal things. I like the stream. It turned out pretty good, actually. The feeling, I like the topic itself and how it's flown so naturally. I don't know if I got some new comment here. No. It's weird because of I was thinking about. We're just jumping from subjects here, but what we were talking about earlier, with the Mandela effects and time loops and different universes and all of that. But something I noticed with me that I look like just like I looked when I was in my 20s living here before I moved, and my life changed completely, and I still it's like nothing changed with me. The algorithms think I'm some 20-year-old guy they're not even sure if I'm a man or a woman, but I'm 20 years old, apparently 22 or 23 according to them, and I'm almost 40 years old, and I still have to show ID sometimes if I ever buy alcohol or something, and it's weird because I had a friend, like, he's a total skeptic. He doesn't believe in nothing. He even accused me once, are you a vampire, bro? He said, look at me, I'm balding, I'm wrinkly, I'm ugly and old, and you look like you're in your prime, like when we hang out. He said, you don't change. Are you a vampire, man? He said, dude, are you a vampire? I don't even believe in vampires. He said, but something is wrong with you. You don't age normally. It's funny. Maybe I'm like a fixed point in time, fixed point, like Geras in Mortal Kombat. I haven't tried killing myself, so I don't know if I'm immortal, but I don't want to try to find out either. So I guess leave it at that. Capcom knows how to make iconic villains all the games and rooted for the bad guys. I remember so shocked when I found out M. Bison is the main villain because it was so cool. Yeah, I agree about that. Capcom are great at making cool villains. Yeah, they do. More like Kitana. Oh, I'm more like Sindel. In my cross-dresser aspect. But when I'm not in my cross-dresser aspect, I'm fucking Shao Kahn, dude. Shao Kahn. Just stand next to me and you will see what I'm talking about. I'm a big guy, you know. I'm Shao Kahn. I am the emperor. Marvel and they always make us sorry for the villains. Hmm. I'm gonna end the stream soon. Getting bored. Too much gaming talk. Games are fun as distractions, but it doesn't really gives you any real purpose in life or understanding of reality. It's just fun entertainment, at least. I think that too. You know, I wouldn't game myself if I didn't like it, but I just get bored talking about games, you know, all the time. Yes, they agree with them. Yeah, I like those two. G.S. Howard is in Tekken 7. What is your favorite thing about the multiverse? Well, I guess it's the possibilities, that everything that could ever happen will happen or is possible to happen, and there are so many incredible outcomes that could have taken place or that normally wouldn't have happened in our timeline, and I want to see it all. I want to see every possible outcome. I want to see every amazing things, and I want to see what's behind it, the architect, because it's obvious that something is making the possibilities, is creating the structure, the fundamental structure needed to create all these possibilities. So it stands to reason there is something behind it, like a creator, and that creator is our God. So I want to meet or see that creator and ask it why. Basically, I want to ask it why. What's the purpose? And why did it make all of these possibilities and set the foundations for it? I want to know many things, want to ask it. I have so much curiosity and unanswered questions. Yeah, I'm ending the stream, I'm bored. But thanks for dropping in. I need to watch more crazy stuff. I'm completely addicted to knowledge. I need constant knowledge, constant new things to ponder about, or else I get so bored. There's no purpose to my existence. I'm addicted to knowledge. Everything else is just entertainment to me, distraction, pleasure. It has no meaning. The only thing that matters is knowledge, gnosis. I'll see you in the next stream. Thanks for talking with me. Goodbye.